Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we got a little mail call, and I think I kind of know what this one is, but we're going to take a peek and see if we can figure out what we got going on here. So, hold on just a second. Get this opened up and see what we got going here. So, small one and those. If you know what these are, props to you for checking these out, but these are going to be pretty sweet, pretty awesome stuff. So keep that one in the frame just because I'm pretty sure this is all going to go together. So let's open these first. This one's going to be an order from Rock Scale Design on Instagram, and some pretty awesome scales. Titanium, anodized, kind of a gold, brass color, and blue. So let's see if we can get those on camera here. The different angles and light's just amazing. See if we can rotate them up. I like it. It's pretty awesome. Got his little initials in there for Rock Scale Design. It's obviously milled out to fit a 535 Bugout. I think I'm going to try these first on the GRY-1 right here and give those a whirl and see how they work out. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. I'll get these on and do a little video here of taking it apart, hopefully. Work my way through that. Got myself a new little Weehaw driver, some torque bits. Give that a spin. See you soon. Take care. Okay, we got all our parts assembled here, and got the knife ready to go with the new Weehaw driver, Rock Scale Design, kind of their critter design, anodized aluminum. And you can see just different angles, different colors. Can't wait. So we get started. We're gonna start off with our T6 on here. And of course, safety being #1 priority. Close that blade. So we're gonna get working on these. I guess maybe we'll take the clip off first. Guess I could have cheated and pre-loosened everything, but that's no fun. And all my other ones I've always kind of cut out and clipped them, so this will be the first one. We'll see how the pivot goes. See if we can get it right away. Obviously on this one you want to keep track of your screws. Not super important. They're all the body screws, and ones for the barrel spacers and such along the back are all going to be a T6. So just know that take one side off, you can usually replace the other. Kind of go from there. I'm going to leave the middle one on this one, and then flip over to the other side. Take off the other side first, replace that, and get them on. And then that way this side will be the last one because the back side of your pivot's on here. So usually it's the best way to do it. Best laid plans, right? And we'll take these off now. I have to put some cool music in here or something. Yeah, if you guys get a chance to check these out, like I said, these are Rock Scale Designs, titanium, and super quick turnaround. Within about a week or so from confirming my order, getting payment over to them, and I think these ran with the back spacer. I'll show you that one here in a second because it's pretty slick. It's a little kind of a gear design on the back spacer. So he makes a flat one or one that's kind of milled out a little bit more. I like the milled out design, so I went with that one. And let's slip the T10 on. Love how this is magnetic. just gently give that one a little spin. Get that out. And all these are put together with a little bit of Loctite, so you'll see that on the screws when they come out. So there. Anyways, get this side of the scale off. Probably get a couple of those barrel spacers that may or may not fall out. And let's see how far back this one's gonna go. Obviously that's gonna take the place of those, so go ahead. Pop those out since the screws are out. Put that in place there. Looks like they're gonna go right on, I'm off camera a little bit, sorry about that guys. Looks like they're gonna go right in the middle of it. So, maybe for threading purposes, those will drop right back in there, so. They are kind of an oblong shape, so they do go in just one certain way. Gonna have a flat side so they don't spin. So I'll put those back in. Put that back spacer on. Make sure I'm on camera. Looks like these are gonna go right in the middle of it. So put those on. Yeah, fits perfect. So you guys see that. Kind of fits right in the middle of it. Keep your threaded pieces there going. A nice amount of oil there, so rock on. Alright, let's give this side a little placement. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at those bad mamma jammas. Little half and half look. Alright, let's get a couple screws in there. And we'll get the other side going. Put our T6 back in. Maybe I'll just start them by hand here. Don't want to scratch up anything, so let's get them going there a little bit. So, if you're watching this, soon there'll be a updated Benchmade video, which I think mod-wise, different scale-wise, got about 7 or 8 of them. So, it'll be a pretty unique look. So I hope you guys like the Benchmade Bugouts as much as I do. Get them all customed out there. Put this one back in. Basically, we'll replace everything but the pivot on this side. I'll just keep everything in place for your barrel spacers. They're kind of tucked in between the other ones. Looks like that one doesn't want to go back in, so. Try one of the other ones here. I may have knocked it off too, let's see. Might be a smidge out of place here. There we go. That was my fault. Okay. So here's a look at it. Got all the hardware to put the pivot back in. Yeah, this is great. I think it's a great choice. Anyways, he has a couple different designs. He's got some others that are like bead blasted, and I think you guys should check them out. They're pretty great. I'll put a link down in the description below. Let's get this last body screw out on this side. And this is where you get all your bonus points right here. Does it get the pivot out on the next one and get it back in without too much trouble. We'll time that one. Maybe I'll have to kick back out to JT's Knife Life, see if I get some bonus points. So, kind of a trick I've done, I've learned from some very, very smart people, is on this side where you have your opening, you've already taken the screw side out of the pivot is to just take your T10, put it in there, give it a little push, and that'll pop out your pivot on the other side. And then with your finger, you can kind of just hold it in place down here, and you can take your pivot out, set that aside, and then you've taken everything else off this side, so you can kind of just wiggle this, get this side of the scale off, and voila, that up there. Here you have your other piece. So let's get the other scale, get that out of the way, get this on. We'll try to get maybe 2 of those in, make sure they're all lined up. Get the middle one here. So if I can get that middle one done, then I can go up and do one on the back edge, and then I'll get that pivot going. So we'll make sure it's all smooth. That's pretty sweet. Super excited to carry this one. Let's do this top one instead, and I'll work on the pivot. Let me know what your guys' trick of the trade is on some of these taking apart ones, Benchmade wise or other. You know, mine's a little bit different with only being exclusive to Benchmade right now. I have Spyderco and some Kaiser and CRKT stuff on the site and coming up, and not sure which is going to rule out as the next one will be taken back over. So let's put the pivot back in, and this one, I don't know if you can see, it's going to be a kind of a flat-sided on this bottom. So let's do this on camera a little bit so you can kind of see what you're dealing with. Now you can see on this one, if you can, the washers kind of move over, so you kind of have to then now work the access lock a bit as well while you have that T10 in there, and then just kind of push back those washers so you kind of have your opening there so everything stays in place. And we'll see if we can get this put back in smoother than not. Let's see. Now, if it just went in perfect, we'd be like win the internet, right, for in this spot. Give it a little wiggle, push it back in. See if we can get that going. Just trying to be really careful because I don't want to scratch those scales even on the other side. And doing it the other side of the camera is probably not the smoothest part. Let me know what your tricks are for this, guys. And it doesn't count if you give them to somebody else to put in. Okay, one more try. If we can't get it, then we're going to be going to push pause real quick. Hold on, be right back. Hey, hope you guys did okay talking amongst yourselves there. We're back, but I want to show you the reason why that wasn't going in pivot-wise. So obviously we're getting this side of the pivot in, and these little half liners that got going right here, it attaches with the body screw on the other side, so you can see that. But the tolerances are so tight between the new scales and the liners, that these little half liners, that it wasn't allowing for this pivot to go all the way through basically everything. They would go through individually but not all together. So I broke the blade down, took everything apart, and basically put it back together through all the washers. Finally got it in there, but super tight tolerances. I think it's going to work out really well. So let's put it back together really quick, see what it's going to look like. I think everybody's going to be impressed, and hopefully, pocketbook wise, he hasn't come out with any additional colors or cool designs that I have to pick up. But he also does a bead blast finish if you don't like the anodized ones that are pretty cool looking. Kind of look like a brushed concrete or steel look to them. He's got a couple different, wave patterns. This one's a critter pattern. So, yeah. Appreciate your guys' patience while I get this back together. And while I was getting the rest of it torn apart and put back together here on this end, just getting the pivot in, I was like looking at my other bug outs I was sitting here, and I'm like, I gotta get that video together. You guys probably seen the video on the cherry red one I have. That one was pretty sweet. Picked that one up and pretty happy with it. So, as in everything, there's one screw that's missing, so let's find that one real quick. Put that one in the body. Of course, that's always the fun part of getting it on camera. So, let me find that. I'll be right back. Okay, well, it was in front of me the whole time, just hidden by the camera. So, get that body screw in there. So when I took out, it set it off down by the bottom of the pad there. Major props to you guys that are doing these behind the camera and keeping everything straight. So definitely a learning lesson for me. And we get this pivot back in. Now we're gonna need our T10. And once we get this on, we will do the pocket clip. How do you guys like to carry yours? Kind of free hanging, free floating, or super tight and super grippy? Now, of course, let's do what everybody was ragging on about centering. Centering is dead on this one. So, anyways, we'll get it to liking here. This one might be good. It doesn't free drop, but it's also brand new, so I think that one will be good. Let's get our T6 on this one. Let's get our pocket clip going. Now this one I only had them drill for one side, which is the right-handed tip-up carry, so he did put the 3 holes in there, so shout out for that one, because if you don't like the mini deep pocket and want to put a regular deep pocket, or some of you guys will really like the split arrow that Benchmade has, so props to you on that. Well, thanks for hanging with me for the video here, if you're still with me. Be my longest so far. Let's see this one. Have a couple of those Casey Lynch Northwest pocket clips that just came in from Blade HQ order, so gotta figure out which ones I want to put those on and dial that in too. Okay, tighten this last part up. Okay, well, let me know what you guys think here. Let's take a peek at all this. You have the Benchmade Bugout 535 GRY-1, been converted over with the rock scale designs, anodized titanium. Maybe we'll give this one a wipe down, get some of that grease and stuff off. Probably get some Windex or whatnot. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. This one, it's pretty slick looking. I like it. Anyways, thanks you guys. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you subscribing. Hit that like and look at my subscriber giveaways. And as always, have a great week and take care.